I want to begin by encouraging all of you who can to join us this Shabbat, as our shul, along with the other Lakeview congregations, is partnering with JCFS to bring a special weekend of programming to raise attention on the issue surrounding eating disorders in the Jewish community. This is a significant issue of concern in our community, in the Jewish community more broadly, and in the Orthodox community in particular. This is a terrible, terrible affliction that many people suffer with, and this is a way to raise awareness and learn and share resources. And we have a special sermon Shabbat morning from Marianne Novak, who is a graduate of Yeshivat Maharat and a member of the faculty at Akiba Schechter Day School. In the afternoon, we will hear from Sarah Bateman, a social worker whose specialty is disordered eating and as it pertains to the Jewish community, as this disorder is manifest within our community, and she'll be speaking Shabbat afternoon. And there are other programs at the other synagogues, and if the timing works out better, you can go there and participate there as well. And events for parents and for teens, etc., throughout the days preceding and following Shabbat, and the information has been widely shared. Please join us and learn and hopefully be equipped with tools to be a force for health in our community. This Shabbat, Parshat Chayei Sara, which is the source of the Mincha prayer, according to the Talmud Masechet Brachot, Yitzchak is said to have been the originator of the Mincha prayer, and the proof text is this week's parasha. As Rivka is brought to Eretz Yisrael to meet Yitzchak, the Torah says Yitzchak is out in the fields, lasuach basadeh. He's meditating in the fields, and our rabbis tell us this is that sikha that he did, that meditation, conversation, was actually prayer, and he did so as the day was ending. And so this is the origin of Mincha. This is the origin of prayer at this time of day. And I just think it's always a very timely occurrence when Parshat Chayei Sara comes, as the fall is ending, as winter is coming, as the days are getting shorter, and we're soon going to change the clocks. And Mincha, the afternoon tefillah, is a bit more challenging than it was in the summer. To say the Mincha prayer before sunset is relatively easy to do when the sun sets at 8:15, when the sun sets at 6:15, or at 5:30, or at 4:45 or 4:30. It's much more challenging to set aside time to say the Mincha prayer, but it's so important and so valuable, and a great mitzvah. And in that vein, I want to encourage people to think about your calendars and see if you can join us in shul for Mincha. In the fall and winter, it's a challenge to convene a robust minyan for Mincha. We really depend on grad students and I guess tycoons who set their own schedules, and retirees to join us. Right, different times of the year, Mincha is easier or harder. It disrupts different parts of your life. And we're coming into a period where Mincha at shul, at least, is conflicting with bedtime and dinner time for parents of young children. We are leaving that behind and coming to a time where it's a challenge for people who work long hours and can't make it to the shul for Mincha time. So if you find yourself in a situation where you are able to get away from your desk and get away from your family responsibilities and join us a few times a week for Mincha, I think you'll find it rewarding, and it's a significant contribution to the shul. I guess on a more positive note, I think there are all sorts of opportunities that present themselves now that the sun is setting earlier. If you are the parent of a child who has a bedtime, and it was hard to bring them to shul in the summer for Kabbalat Shabbat at 7:30. It's not so easy if a kid's bedtime is 8, but Kabbalat Shabbat at 5:30 or 4:30 is much easier for a kid whose bedtime is 8. And I encourage you to do that. Right there, there's a lot of focus in our community on the Shabbat morning experience, and there are good reasons for that. But Shabbat morning is not an easy time to bring a child to shul necessarily. Not every child can sit in shul for very long. Not every child enjoys going off to groups, and shul starts at 9 and group starts at 10:30. There's a gap already to be filled in. But Friday night tefillah from beginning to end is rarely more than an hour. And you can come a little bit late, leave a little bit early, and have a really, I think, rewarding experience davening and singing with your child. Shabbat afternoon, Mincha, Shabbat afternoon is very, very short, 10-15 minutes. We read Torah, has all the elements of a tefillah, but much, much shorter. A 6-year-old, a 5-year-old could join us for mincha on Shabbat, even if a kid of that age is generally not able to, to sit and participate in a non-disruptive way for 2 hours on Shabbat morning. They can, 20 minutes on Shabbat afternoon is possible. And so think about ways to bring your children to shul that were impossible 2 months ago and now are going to be possible through the winter. We are giving out glow sticks at Havdalah to any child who comes to Havdalah in the shul. It's an old tradition that I'm really, really honored and I love continuing. So I hope to see you all your ages with your children, with adults, kids, in the coming weeks and the coming months. All right, take care. Shabbat shalom.